I'm sure you know that the Nigerian elections are topical at this point. Former President Obasanjo has been speaking. Take a listen to him.
I expect it, and explain it. There are two things first that I want to say. Atiku is not a messiah. He's not a saint. And fortunately, he has not claimed to be. He has not claimed a fake sanctimoniousness. All right? He came here, he acknowledged and showed remorse. He acknowledged his past misdeed and showed remorse. And all the things that I said about him still remain. I said them. And nobody has come to controvert them. But I am a believer and a Christian as such. And the teaching of God in my own religion is forgive so that you can be forgiven. In fact, it goes further that if you do not forgive, you have no right to ask to expect God's forgiveness. And I'm a sinner. So I want God to forgive me my sins. So if anybody who has offended me comes to ask with a contrite heart, with remorse for forgiveness, I must forgive him. That's number one. Number two, the choice that we have for immediate in the Nigerian situation today, and immediate is 2019, is between the candidate of party APC and the candidate of party PDP. The other minor parties will line behind or not sufficiently relevant. So if APC put down Buhari and PDP put down Atiku, and from what I know of Buhari and what you know, what he has done, what he has shown is utter incompetence, his nepotism, his condonation of evil and misconduct, including corruption. And Atiku.
And as former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has now become a statesman, if you will, but he had some very strong thoughts to share. Candidates running for presidency in Nigeria. Interesting there, and people always thought that Ghana had a lot more numbers. But I've been joined this morning by Kayode Abubakar, is a former president of Nigerian students in Ghana. He's also an MBA student at Accra Business School and a member of the APC Youth Caucus. Now, the APC is the All People Progressive Congress, and PDP is the People's Democratic Party. Some have jokingly said that PDP is Papa Deceived Peking Party. But Kayode, welcome.
My pleasure.
Good to know that you're here.
My pleasure.
The campaigns, and let me place on record that we invited a rep from the PDP, but he has not shown up yet. But Kayode, so far the campaigns preceding the elections, how would you say fairly, not from an APC point of view, how would you say they've gone?
So far, the campaign nationally this time around has been quite an interesting one. For the first time, I think since 1999, we're going to have a campaign that is based on issues concerning the nation, not based on trivial issues that has trickled down to ethnicity, religious affinity, or geopolitical interest. In 1999, we had two Yoruba major candidates, Oluyemisi Falai and Olusegun Obasanjo. And this time around, in 2015, they made the message goes, through the ethnocentric perspective. But this time around, Atiku Abubakar and Buhari are both Northerners.
Right.
Both of them are Muslims. Both of them are Hausa Fulanis. So both of them have been in power before.
Both of them are over 70.
Both of them. So both of them are over 70. So this time around, it is not about sentiment. It's about the issues that concern the Nigerian nation. And so far, so good. The campaign has been so fierce. Has been, almost all the two candidates have taught 35 at least of the 36 states of the Federation. And
the CNN, for example, and I'm looking at the international media, the CNN, for example, puts it that the old people have come together to lead the young people of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Do you share that sentiment? And let's talk like an APC person.
From the APC perspective and from the youth perspective, of which I'm a youth leader in the system, of course, as a youth, as a young person, I believe that this is the right time.
Okay.
But I also I have to be realistic with the political reality in the country. Our political system, we've had a very long years of military rule, and coming through for the, in 1999 for the Second Republic, the youth were scared in the first place of participating. That's why if you did in 1999, there was less participation from the young folks. But this time around, there's been huge awareness, and people are getting more and more involved daily. But we'll get there, but not now. 2019, from the youth perspective, I think the two folks are too old for us, because we need a 21st century leader, a digital leader for a digital generation.
Interesting that I've looked at the ballot sheet. Why over 70 people? What is it to talk about the ages of the candidates or what?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, we have a lot of people, there are a lot of folks who just come probably for attention, some use it for political subscription, but we know that the two major candidates are Buhari of the APC and Atiku Abubakar of the
so what happens to the rest? That they don't gain grounds?
Some people cannot even win their units. Even their family members, they can't convince them, talk less of going nation. Some people are not even known in their terrain. So all politics are local.
Is it normal to have such a tall list of...
Sincerely, personally, I mean, I disagree with that. I was discussing with a friend yesterday that these people, they're just making the election more cumbersome.
Right.
I think multi-party democracy is okay, but I think the two-party system, it's going to be more efficient. It's going to allow the system to be more, like the election compilation will be more easier and ease the system a bit.
You've said earlier that the campaigns have been altogether peaceful. You may have a few problems here,
of course,
but
disagreement,
it's been largely peaceful.
Yeah.
As we get into the election, what are your expectations? Of course, if I ask you, you say Buhari will win. Yeah. But then what are your expectations, the aftermath of the elections? What do you see?
So far so good. I mean, it's been, the elections in Nigeria are always very tense. But as I said this time around, the sentiment that normally puts the election movement into hot moment is not on the table. Ethnicity is not on the table.
Right.
Religion is not on the table. Those are issues that are very touchy. Right. That always make every election, very hot. But this time around, it's about issues, social security, national security, peace, stability of the country.
What is Buhari campaigning? Because the economy has come into question. People say, well, they can't find jobs, which is why they have had to leave to other places. Yeah. Are those the issues being tabled? He's had 4 years. What can he show for it?
Of course, yes. Buhari came in 2015. We've had 16 good years of PDP rule, from President Obasanjo to late President Yar'Adua, may so rest in peace, and President Jonathan. Right. That is 16 years of PDP rule. So we should know where we're coming from. Historicity is key. How did we get to where we are? By 2050, we have an economy that is solely dependent on oil. And one of the things that people, especially in the opposition then, that are now in the ruling party, has been championing is that we need to diversify this economy. We need a shift away from our over-reliance on oil. And in 2014, during the rainy days, they didn't save. By 2014, when the oil price were falling, we were in trouble. Couldn't even finance budget. Salary could not be paid. So and also security issues. So in 2014, 2015, when Buhari was coming, his campaign was aimed on tripod promises. Number one, he promised to fight corruption. He promised to rejuvenate the economy. I mean, very, very moribund. And securing the nation. As at that time, we're fighting a very deadly Boko Haram insurgency, and we've lost about...
The Chibok girls have still not been found under his watch.
A lot of folks have been...
Under his watch.
Well, a lot of them has been, they've come back to their family.
Is he aware? As they put it.
Well, I think that is sarcastic. I mean, he's aware. He's in charge of the country. His presidency is not about him alone. That's a wonderful team behind him. So.
I see. Abubakar, I wish you well. Thank you very much. And we'll talk after the elections. Kayode Abubakar is a former president of Nigerian Students Association in Ghana and is also a member of the APC Youth Caucus. Two frontliners in the Nigerian election, the All Progressive Congress as APC and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku and Buhari in the front line.